What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with a video on the channel, and today it finally happened. We said it was gonna happen for like 3 weeks. Things kept happening and it didn't, but we're here. So welcome to another episode of King Unfiltered, starring the person that is only ever gonna be the star. Yeah, doesn't matter. Sam, say hi.
Hello, everybody.
You can see he's very talkative.
It's been a while.
How long has it been?
I'm also starving. Long time.
What are you eating? Oh, we got Banana King. I didn't even tell you what I got, bro. Originally I was gonna go to Wawa, and this is not a joke. We were at Wawa. I was punching in the stuff on a little screen, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Wendy's. And I'm like, well, why the hell didn't you just tell me you're gonna go to Wendy's? I'm not gonna get this then. So he's like, just cancel the order. So I did. So we start going towards Wendy's. He's like, yo, isn't there a Banana King over there? Isn't it open? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes,
That's
I'm like, yeah, that's the place. Let's go to Banana King. So we went to Banana King. I don't know what the hell I ordered. He got an arepa. I think there's a Cuban sandwich under that bag. Sandwich. He won't tell you. But since we did go to Wawa, I did get the purple bag of the Doritos, always. And also the peanut butter lovers Reese's, the king size joint, because they were like 2 for $2. I had to get those. And I got some salchipapa, arepas, I got a churrasco, a skirt steak, and a glizzy. If one fucking person says anything about fucking glizzy goblin,
they're gonna.
They are, because they have to. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to tell y'all, I don't really care, because I'm like an old man, and that sus stuff doesn't bother me. So, read it and weep. Fat ass glizzy in your mouth. I don't even know what this is like the Banana King special one, so it's got like potato sticks, the salsa rosada, the pink salsa,
those
ketchup.
Potato sticks are good though.
I love these.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's sus because he got a hot dog.
Well, why is that funny? It's not.
What the hell is on this? Is there onions on here? Bro. Look, huddle up. You're gonna tell me my glizzy don't look good. Like, shut up. I never understood that. No, it's pineapple. That's what it is. Yeah, it's pineapple. Oh my god.
On a hot dog?
You never had like a Colombian hot dog?
Never.
Anything like that?
Nope.
They're ridiculous. Why is like... Yeah, that's definitely pineapple. I'm biting it now.
Yeah, but wow though.
The arepa?
Wow.
You got chicken, right?
Yeah.
Let me get into some of this too. Let me get this shit out of the way. Salchi. This is choripapa. This is chorizo, not salchichas, not sausage. So it's a Spanish sausage. Oh, he's eating a glizzy. Bro.
Good?
Yeah. You didn't even eat your cubana, right?
Not yet.
Have you never had chorizo? You ever had chorizo?
Yes. A little spicy for me.
It depends on where you get it.
Yeah.
Because there's like Portuguese, there's Mexican, and everywhere in between. You know, like Uruguay has their own.
Uruguayan one, that's why.
Don't they make that tea too? What's it called, mate?
Yep.
In the cup?
Yep. I used
just
to
like
drink that, remember?
Yeah, like the pimp cup. You had it. I need a pimp cup.
Mate was good.
I was saying this today. I was eating, what the hell did I eat? The Peruvian joint.
Chévere.
Oh, chévere. And I said that I need to find like a Colombian bride from that. Even though it's Peruvian.
It's alright. It's all connected.
I don't know. Every time I eat food like this, like I want to marry whoever's from this country because I just need food. I just use a skirt steak and I ate it with my hand.
That was good.
Actually, I was talking about this last week. I came to the decision that I'm never going to get married. Do you think I'm weird because of that shit?
No. And that's coming from me.
Because you were always the one.
Well, I still do believe in marriage. You know that.
Do you really?
I do.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm being honest.
But I think it's unfortunately outdated.
Yes. Bang. It took 20 some odd years and we're on the same page.
Yeah, 100%. But it's unfortunate though, don't you think? Because I think marriage is a beautiful thing. It's like driving a Model T car on the road today. It's just not, like, can you do it? Yes, but it's not the best way to do it.
For any Gen Zer doesn't know, a Model T is like the original car. It's a Ford.
Correct.
You're talking about the ones you have to crank start.
Crank it up.
Yeah.
Right. Forget about it.
So you're saying it's archaic, it's too old.
Correct.
So I was saying this. It's not the union of marriage that I don't disagree with. Like, I was saying I'm not opposed to being someone for the rest of my life. But the signing of the papers.
Yep.
You think so? You're on the same page. Like
I am.
You're okay with being with somebody forever.
Oh, yeah.
If it happens.
Yeah, 100%. But here's the thing: I think people do get married for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
And that's when it gets bad.
Go ahead, bro. Because I was saying this. Now I need somebody else. Because we did not. This is not rehearsed.
And then when it goes, so the paperwork is what makes it. Because it's official, then you got to, and then God forbid it does go sour, then you got to get a divorce, and that makes it worse entirely. But even still, it's like people get weird once you sign the papers too. I know so many people that say once you get married, they change. The significant other changes.
Right.
Why that is, you could probably have a debate about that. But back in the day, people got married for a reason. You know?
I agree with you, bro. I was saying all this shit.
But I don't know if you agree with me on this. The man did his part, the woman did hers.
I talked about this too. Bam.
I'm a big believer in that. Today, the women want to do everything. So we need a man for it. And God bless, if that's what you want to do, I understand, but there's consequences to that.
You're saying exactly what I said, but reverse.
Yep.
What I said was, these days, now I'm more new school than you when it comes to like relationships. Like, I don't care about all that stuff. Like, you want to work, you want to do all that stuff. Like, I'm cool with that, right? But what I said was, how can you claim to be independent, but you want me to pay for everything?
Right. You can't have it both ways.
Exactly. So I said that. I was like, you're at that point, you're dependent.
Defeats the whole purpose.
So what do I? So then I said, so if I'm paying for everything and you're supposedly independent, but you're really dependent, what the fuck do I need you for?
Correct.
Why do I need you?
Correct.
What am I getting out of this?
Correct. And vice versa. They literally don't need you. But in a union, one satisfies the other, no?
Not these days.
Forget today. It's all twisted. It's no good.
I've seen so many things where there's people saying, you know, they want a quote unquote real man, right? I want a real man.
Right. That's a good one too in itself.
But you're independent, so what do you
Right,
mean?
so what do you need the real man for?
Meaning you want somebody to.
One?
This is what I hear all the time now. I don't think I've told you this. They say, why would a man want their wife, girlfriend, whatever, to pay half the bills? Because at that point, you're asking for a roommate.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
Well, today that makes sense because the woman works and makes her own money.
Yes.
So here's the weird part. I don't agree with it, but I agree with it.
That's what you want. That's not what you're gonna get.
I wouldn't want her to do that. If she's not gonna work.
Yes.
But if she's gonna work, then if you're gonna work, then provide something.
What I mean is, what you want is to be able to provide and take care of it.
Correct.
But that's not what you're gonna get.
9 out of 10 times, probably not.
Because when I ask you this, and I'm again,
You're getting to something.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Correct. And I love Devil's Advocate.
And I was saying this before.
Great movie too.
Al Pacino.
Kevin. Free will, right there. Yep.
The type of relationship you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it work with a mate that does whatever she wants? In other words,
No.
that's what I said, and that's the problem.
No. Because again, I'll go back to it.
If you're paying all the bills,
There are roles. I hate to say it.
exactly.
End of story. And if people don't believe in rolls, fine. I don't care if you believe in
this
cinnamon
is
rolls.
so good.
I know this Cuban sandwich is hitting too. It's
Is it?
different, yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying.
What's that pink sauce? There's another one, no?
Salsa rosada? Here.
Yeah, there you go. There's a couple of them, no?
Probably got like
Right.
5 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went. But listen, I was saying this. If the kind of man you want is the man that's going to provide and be the breadwinner and do everything for you, right? Mm-hmm. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. At that point, if that's what you want, you're not allowed to do what you want in a relationship as a woman.
Right. No.
Right.
To clean that up, know your role.
Thank you.
Like that. Remember that saying, know your role?
Yes, The Rock.
Yeah.
Was that Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No.
It was one of them.
No, I hope it's not The Rock.
I think it was.
No.
Know your role and shut
don't
up, right?
say that.
Right?
I'll throw it right out the window.
Bro, I'll Google it.
No.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it.
Deadass.
If it is, then God bless him. But know your role. Whatever that means in your relationship, know it.
There's The Rock.
And do it. Damn it.
No? Why don't you like The Rock? Come on, man. He's doing his thing.
No, he is. God bless
His
him.
tequila is delicious.
His what? Oh,
Tequila.
tequila. No, listen, I give credit where credit's due.
We got 2 of each empanadas, just beef, cheese, and chicken. I don't know which one is which.
Neither do I. That's all right.
This is just what it is, because now I'm rolling. But listen, what I'm saying is you're agreeing with me.
Yeah.
The type of man that I am, and what I mean is like, and I says I don't think that you're any less of a man or I'm less of a man than you because we want different things out of a relationship. But you're more old school in the sense of you want to be the breadwinner. You want to be the one taking care of stuff, right?
Well, it would be nice, yeah.
What you want, not what's going to happen.
Correct.
What you want. So, if that's what you want, this is chicken, by the way. You're not expecting to be with somebody who is going to do them.
No.
No. Exactly.
But at the same time, I'm realistic. So I understand what world we live in today. It's 2021.
But then with what that, are you going to pay all the bills?
No.
No. That's my point. Then what I was saying was, ladies, if you want that kind of man, understand what comes with that territory. You don't have a say. You can't just go out when you want to. You can't say shit. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. But that's why the women hold the cards, and they always did.
Now more than ever.
You know?
Yes.
Because the woman can do everything. You know me, I commend women. Right?
Of course.
You got women in your family, I got women in my family.
Of course.
So, it is what it is. But it's like a selfish world today. So a girl's going into it, making her own money, wanting to call the shots. So that at the end of the day, what are you looking to get out of the relationship?
And you can't get down with that.
Correct.
Neither can I.
Because I feel like it's not the natural way it should be. I'm not saying a man is dominant. That's not my point.
No.
But again, it goes back to the role. Okay, the woman does X, Y, and so who's going to take care of the house? As old as I sound, you know?
I'm not disagreeing with you. Even though it's not what I want, I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
My point is, no matter what, the modern woman doesn't jive with either me or you.
Correct.
That's the crazy part to me.
Yep.
Because you're old school and you're saying, listen, I'll do everything you want. I'll provide. You don't have to worry about shit. I got you. Just take care of the kids, take care of the house. That's it.
Right.
But at the same time, don't think for a second, because it's Friday, you think you're going to go out and drink White Claws with your friends. It's not going down that way.
No.
Because
first
I'm doing
of
all this
all,
stuff.
Nobody's drinking White Claws, but number one. Do me a favor.
And, I agree. Listen, nobody's drinking White Claws in mine either.
No.
And the crazy part is,
I'll give you a White Claw.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, even though I'm on the other end of the spectrum with you,
You still agree?
yes, because I want you to be you. I want you to do you. I'm with the modern stuff. I want you to enjoy your life. But at the same time, there's some shit that comes with that. That means, don't you think for a second that I'm finna slave and pay for everything while you're doing you. Mm-hmm. So you can't do you and get anybody.
Right.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize. Now more than ever, women hold most of the cards when it comes to like relationships. Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, feminism, as much as people want to like disagree with it, I'm not against feminism, but feminism means equality. Equality means equality. It doesn't mean you can do what the hell you want and now I'm gonna just grovel, right? So that means, listen, you can do you can work, you can do all that stuff, but if we're equal, why am I paying for everything? And I get so annoyed when I hear people say, oh, the man should do because he's the man. So what the hell does that mean then? If he's the man, does that mean you're the woman again?
Well, if that's what it means, then
That's
do
the point.
then do the woman thing. Well, God forbid you say that.
You can't.
You can't.
Not what you're saying.
No.
You're talking
Because
traditional.
now you're putting people in a box. And what is a woman doing? What does a guy do? It's very simple. It's just people choose to make it very complex and complicated.
I grew up in a house where both my parents did everything. It didn't matter. They handled what they had to handle. Like, nobody was like, oh, well, I'm the man, I'm finna do this, or whatever. So that's more of what I want. I want a partner. I don't want a wife. I want somebody that's gonna make decisions or check
I
me
think
when
at
I'm
the end of
tripping.
the day, it all depends on. There's an agreement, right? There's a bond.
Mutual
Right.
respect.
Whatever that is, hold up each end of the agreement. Because that's what marriage is. The only reason why you get together with somebody officially is to hold up your both ends of the agreement.
Yes.
Right?
It's a legally binding contract.
Correct. That's all it is.
You're not wrong.
That's all it is. So if there's a guy out there that's willing to do what you said, pay the bills and everything.
What the fuck are you doing this shit cake, bro?
Hey, what'd you get? You got
Let me tell you this. All this shit from Banana King I got. The most expensive thing I ordered. This fucking meal.
You got a rug. Look at this.
It's the most ass part. It's $20.
They gave you a carpet.
Butt cheeks. No, sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Nah, it's all right. You run the jar now.
I agree with that part. I feel like these days, selective chivalry is like the thing.
Nope.
Like,
But we're to blame as a society.
what do you mean?
That's what happens when you
This has gotta be cheese.
Yeah. When you veer away from traditions, this is what happens.
Wait. Is this chicken again? What the f?
Chicken.
But that was chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I'm tripping. Whatever. These are corn too. Like Colombian ones.
Do you know how to say corn in...
Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
Y'all wouldn't even get that joke. When we were in high school, we were at a party. I can't believe I'm telling this shit.
Phenomenal joke.
And somehow we were having like a discussion, you know, like dumb, like you know, just like a discussion, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how this even came. Why were we talking about corn?
They were talking about Native Americans, and they were talking about the specific thing. And someone said, "What did they call their corn?" The answer they were looking for was maize, which is a specific kind of corn. But you being you weren't even really paying attention, but all you heard was that one sentence.
How do you say corn? Right.
And there's like 10 people.
And nobody knew.
No, everybody was quiet and thinking and searching. And you very flatly were behind the group and said, corn.
Corn. Isn't that how a Native American would say corn?
I've never heard a Native American speak from back then.
The Pemmican man would definitely say that.
I hate the pemmican man.
I know, but that's how he would say it.
Probably.
100% he would.
That's
Or
like
Burt Reynolds, he would
you
say
mean
it
like the
that.
stereotypical?
Correct. Headdress. Yeah. Tonto would definitely say it that way.
No, don't use that.
What?
Because that's terrible.
It's not.
It's like using what the Washington football team used to be called.
No, he put his ear to the ground, the guy.
Thank God.
What do you mean? See? See, you call for what it is.
That's why I like getting away from tradition, because a lot of that shit was wrong. I don't think it was right that women couldn't work in the 40s. No. And I know that you don't really agree with that.
When you make laws against things, that's when things become wrong. You have to give people the freedom.
So you're talking about legality versus morality.
Correct. Right. Who is somebody to tell you one way or the other? Tradition doesn't go by that. Tradition is cultural, usually. Right? And you keep traditions within what? Your family. Within culture. Somewhere along the lines, things got twisted. Another conversation. And this is what you have today. Nobody knows whether they're coming or going. Please. I didn't want me to come to it.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
No.
This is why we're here, bro.
You don't want it. They don't want it. I don't want it. You don't want it.
No, Nick, I do want it.
No, you're gonna look. You got banned. So
I do want it.
you're gonna get banned.
So this is what it really is.
I know what it is. But
I feel like the biggest problem with people is the lack of communication. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
big time problem.
Yo, this fucking skirt steak is so fucking bad. But I paid $20 for this shit. I'm eating it. I don't give a
They
fuck.
actually gave you a skirt.
Look at this shit. Oh, chewy ass steak. Oh, well done ass.
It's polyester. It's good for you.
I mean, you're not supposed to order churrasco from fucking Banana King.
No.
I get that. But at the same time, this shit chewy. God damn. Ooh. That's not it, Chief. Really not it. But I feel like a lot of problems in marriage, a lot of problems in relationships, friendships, social issues,
Everything.
is the lack of communications. Nobody wants to hear the other side and take it into consideration. Couples especially. Like, divorce rates have skyrocketed. Even more than they skyrocketed in the first place. Like, People talk about how in the 90s divorce rate was so crazy. The divorce rate now is like more than 50% almost. Like, it's insane. Almost half of the couples that get married get divorced.
Yep.
And you know this as much as I do.
Why is that? Go ahead. You know as well as I do.
Most of the advice that you get from married people is what? Don't do it.
Yeah. Yep. Why is that?
Nobody wants to hear the other side. I think that men and women have different needs, and the other side's never willing to meet it. So you just fight and you don't give in.
Why did people... It's so easy not to be married today. Do you know that? You know how easy it is not to be married today?
Yes, we're both not.
Correct.
Yes.
But I mean, as a general...
This has got to be the cheese, right?
You're not getting cheese.
Okay, this is definitely just farted.
Nah, you're not
No, it's farted.
Nope.
That's cheese.
But it's lactose then.
That's not bad.
You gotta understand. People... This is gonna sound crazy.
Should
You ready for this?
Good.
My opinion. People today in 2021 have it... Yeah, well, so, you want to get into that?
Later.
They have it too easy.
True.
Everybody has life too easy today. And you might say, what are you, nuts? That's a good thing. It is a good thing if you live for yourself. The reason why people didn't get divorced in 1950 is because they hated each other, but they couldn't get divorced because they needed each other.
I've said this
and that
before.
was like the love.
I've said this before. They didn't matter if you liked each other.
Didn't matter. You had 3 kids. You both one
They didn't
worked,
sleep
the
in the
other
same
one.
room.
Exactly, but they made it work
I had no choice.
because you had no
This is what it
choice. You agreed to it.
Where were you going?
Exactly. You were gonna looked at as being a butana. The guy was gonna be no good. It was a shame on both
then,
ends
yeah.
if you got divorced. The kids were involved. You needed the income.
Nope.
If the wife couldn't go anywhere, she needed the man's income. The guy couldn't go anywhere because that was his wife. Should somebody need to raise the kids? So they made it work. People did get divorced, yes, but it was
Barely.
much
Barely.
correct. It had
You were looked
it
at
had to
like-
be bad for you to get divorced.
You were legitimately looked at like you were like,
Correct.
no one wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, it was like, oh, did you hear so and so?
Got divorced.
Yep.
Like that was the worst thing you could do back
Exactly. So now people get divorced after 3 weeks. So what does that tell you? There's no more integrity anywhere. There's no staying together for somebody else. It's a selfish society.
2 years ago, I knew a couple that were on their way to get married. They were together for 6 years. They finally got engaged. They put money down for a wedding, and they broke up. 30 G's they couldn't get back. $30,000 they couldn't get back.
Imagine somebody in 1950 listening to that story.
Imagine someone in 1950 paying $30,000 for a
They
wedding.
wouldn't.
Never.
No way. That's what I'm saying. They would go, Mom, can you believe this?
Apparently, these people in
Where they were
1950 are all
Italian.
from Italy.
Yeah.
They're all Italy.
They were MacArthur Avenue. Yeah. But that's the
Comes back to the married for the wrong reasons thing.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
You can agree or disagree, but I said this the other day too. I feel like people now get married for the shit around the wedding. Like the wedding itself, the pictures, like the ring.
Of course, they don't even like the person.
No one cares. I'm supposed to get married in this shit?
No.
You don't even care who you marry. You just want to make sure your ring is big enough.
Correct.
I heard a woman. This is about 7 months ago. There's not even a joke. I was in Dunkin' Donuts, and she was talking to her friend, and she was like talking about the guy that was proposed to her, and she said no, right? And her friend was like, "Why? Don't you love him?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "So why didn't you say yes?" The woman replied, "This fucked me up.
The ring was
Too small. I have to show you my love by how much money I spend on a damn rock on your finger. Like, nah. I'll never do it, bro. Like, no.
But see, here's another thing I wrestle with. Do you think that's just in our area?
I think the United States is like that.
Yeah?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't see like some of them like girls in like Mississippi being like, you know?
You'd be surprised. I don't think it's as much. I do think that like in like New Jersey, New York, the tri-state area, because of like our like cost of living,
That's what I'm saying.
it's more, yes. They still want the wedding. It might not cost as much. You know how much weddings cost here. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
There it might be cheaper, but they still want the event. Like the whole look at me, I'm queen for a day thing. It's not about just like, I love this guy, I love this woman, let's just be together forever. It didn't matter. Do you know where your parents got married?
I do.
Where? Did they have a big wedding?
No.
My parents got married in City Hall. Like, they've been here for 30 years, bro. Like,
Yeah, the mayor married my parents.
that's what but it wasn't an event. It was just like,
it was not. It was like a nice enough thing.
Yeah, like a formality. Like,
Yes.
listen, let's just do this. Like, let's do a little thing. Let's maybe have a couple people there. Maybe we'll go get some, like, a little bit of food. Have a couple of friends over. It might have cost $100 total.
Yeah.
My parents, same thing. Like, literally. These days, people spend 50 G's on a day. I went to a wedding. They had a fucking food truck outside with White Castle and shit. Like, it was an event. They're not even together anymore. Like, what?
They're not together anymore?
No. That's what I'm saying, bro. It makes me lose faith in shit because all I hear is this kind of stuff. Like, I hear if a woman, you know, I work, you know, you're a roommate and not a real man because I'm not paying for you. But, like, why the hell am I going to pay for you if you have a full... Where's your money going?
See, that's a sign that society is setting them up for failure. They don't really know their significant other. Because society shouldn't... Bro, you know how I feel about society. Society should not dictate anything. Anything. I don't care who you are or where you come from. Right? I always tell you that.
Yeah.
You are your own... Not you. You are your own person. You can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. So why should you conform to everything else? And that's what happens. Right? Because if you don't have the big wedding, you really don't care. It's how everybody you think is going to look at you.
Yes.
You know?
That's what matters.
It's the what is it, persona, I guess?
The perception.
Perception? Yeah, right. It's the perception.
People care more about what their relationship looks like
Right, social
than
media,
what it
the
actually
whole
is.
thing.
They
Exactly.
want to take cute pictures with their friends. They want to take...
How about this? Would you ever put your kid on social media if you had one?
No. No. I'll never tell somebody how to raise their kid, but my kid's not going... No.
Never. I mean, my own family does it. I tell them, I break their horns about it. And do what you're going to do. I get it, but I don't get it. I just had this conversation the other day. I says, why... If you want to see the kid, come see the kid. What do you got to put him out there? And to other people, that's innocent.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like unnecessary.
My kid's going
I
to
don't
grow
know.
up to be a teenager one day, and there's going to be pictures all over the
Yeah.
internet without his consent.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't...
Doing stupid things, no less.
I don't even post my dogs that much.
I don't post anything.
And people get mad at me for that, but you hit it right on the head. Like, there's certain things, like, my opinions, you know, like, things I want to talk about is not the same thing as my personal shit,
Right.
my life.
Separate.
Yes, I do not post personal stuff. I've had people tell me, like, what? Like, you don't ever, like, talk to girls? Like, because I don't have girls on camera? Like, that's not it, bro. Like, I don't care what you think about,
Again,
like...
perception.
Yes, but most people care about that stuff.
Right.
Most people are like, oh, well, you know, we're post your dogs. And I'm like, why? I care more about what my life really is than what people think it is. It doesn't matter to me. But that's what matters to people. What outside influences think about your relationship.
Yep.
And I've said this before, the people who are the most, like, posty, I can't even think of the word. Like, you post the most shit about your relationship. Like, my boyfriend this, my girlfriend that. They're usually the most unhappy.
Yep.
They don't even care. Like, you can't even stand the person.
Something to prove.
But you can't leave. I didn't even touch this arepa yet.
That was the best.
Oui.
Yeah, that thing's good.
I got pernil too, Pop.
Yeah.
Never had pernil?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking to.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you like you're like from like
Real
Nebraska. They're really good.
Yeah. That corn, whatever that is legitimate.
That's funny. I was listening to watching the thing on Kevin Gates. I know you don't really listen to Kevin Gates.
All I know is he's got 2 phones.
Yes.
That's it.
So Kevin Gates was doing an interview. I think he was talking to Mike Tyson actually. That's why I was watching it. Mike Tyson's a podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's what is it called? The Box or something?
Hot Box.
Hot
He's
Box.
smoking weed.
Yeah. He's like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, what's going on?
He's like, I'm here with Kevin
I'm
Gates.
here with Kevin Gates. He's like, this guy can hit, man.
Mike Tyson is one of the people I don't like making fun of because
He'll come find you.
he's one of the few men in the world, like people in the world that scare me.
Yeah.
Something wrong with him.
Yeah, he ain't right.
He's not, like, unhinged people, I don't mess with that. But anyway, Kevin Gates is talking to him, and I dropped my Reese's. He's like, I'm here with Kevin Gates.
This guy dropped the Reese's cups, man.
And he said
you gotta
this.
hold on to them cups, man.
Cups.
Cups.
2 cups.
2 cups.
What's wrong with him?
Yep. 2 cups of eggology. Remember eggology?
Yeah.
I gotta get on that. I'm doing a show, so I'm gonna...
Eggology for people who don't know. I always have to explain shit, because we be talking in and people don't realize what we talking about. It was at Whole Foods. It was like this like $10 carton of egg whites. But it wasn't egg whites. They were like
cage-free.
like crazy organic, and we were at this point, this is like we're really into bodybuilding, And we would do all that stuff, like buy all the protein shakes, buy all the supplements and all that other stuff.
But we
And
found like the exclusive stuff though.
Eggology was Ronnie Coleman. He used to cook and like make eggs with it. So we couldn't find it, and we finally went to Whole Foods, and it was there. It was like $10 a carton. But when I tell you these eggs tasted like...
No, it was...
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know what these chickens were doing.
Like tempura.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Forget it. He's like, hey, man, I didn't buy it in England now, you know?
We used to buy this protein powder. It was by this bodybuilder. He was, how many times did Dorian Yates win the Olympia? 4? 5? 4.
No, I think 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, well,
He's
anyway.
like, I just used to train and, you know.
He's one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. We used to watch, like, all the YouTube videos.
Man, do the YouTube.
Dexter Jackson.
Yeah.
So, we finally found his protein at a GNC.
Once.
It was the only place.
There were 4 left.
There were 4. We bought all 4. And we never found it again.
No. Bought 4 and he took it off the market. Only in England.
Oh, this Pernil?
I know. Well, I had the chicken. It was good. So.
This Pernil, bah. Woo! But we were very big into that. That's why I usually tell people now not to take supplements, because we took them all. And being honest, they really didn't.
Very few worked. That was legit.
No, the tempura?
Tempura was good.
It was actually like, it was the only one that they talk about like powders dissolve in water.
Yeah.
That one actually
was,
Yeah.
and it tasted great. That was legit.
We couldn't find it though.
No. It was
remember that.
temporary.
We found it on sale because they were gonna
They were like $20 a box.
They were gonna give them away.
We
They were
bought
like
them.
they were really like $70. We bought them for like 20
Yeah.
a piece.
He's like, I bet sell them, you know, you're going to get them out of here, we're going to put them in England. You were saying something before, I don't understand.
I don't know, I just remember we tried to order tempura
I know, it was like $175.
and they returned it.
Yeah.
They returned our payment. You know how that goes. We get payments returned all the time.
Well,
now.
forget about it. The mailer demon gets in there and he's like, forget it. How can they return our payments? We can't pay for anything. And then they're like, nah, sorry. This guy's spitting rice. Well, what were you going to say before?
I don't even know.
Nah, saying something.
Something about people that suck.
Well, yeah, well, that's a gimme.
But this is what I was saying before too.
Tell her what you're saying, bastard.
You know how people like cheat all the time in relationships?
Absolutely.
I think the main reason that people cheat is because their needs like aren't being met, whether it's conscious or subconscious. The fucked up part about it is that usually the cheating starts in a cycle because the men usually cheat because they're not getting their needs met like physically. You know, like
You think so?
I do. I think a lot of times that like women think it's okay just because like, you know, well, I'm tired. All that times you tell me I'm tired to a man. If you're dating, like you've got a wife, you got a girlfriend, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood tonight. Like, there's a double standard with that. Like women, if you tell that to a woman, she'll punch you in the face, bro. Like, don't ever tell your girlfriend you're tired, you're not in the mood, because she'll be like, oh, who are you sleeping with?
Yep.
So, men, like women will be like, you know, I'm not in the mood, blah, blah, blah. Or they'll finally do it, but it's like unenthusiastic. You know, there's no like chemistry, there's no desire there. So, what happens is you meet another person, whether it's someone at work, because that's like the #1 places affairs happen.
Which is why women shouldn't work.
Whatever. But like a lot of men will have like they'll
Yes.
sleep with their secretary, they'll sleep
Correct.
with a coworker, they'll sleep, because they're not being desired by their wife. They might actually do it, but it's like a going through the motions type of thing, right? So they do it, but they're not really doing it. So now they meet some girl at work or some girl somewhere else, and
Definitely.
she desires you, she wants you, so eventually you give in. Now the issue is, the woman that you're with doesn't desire you because you don't value her. You don't talk to her. You don't ask her how her day was. You don't care about the stupid, and I'm saying stupid in quotes, like things that she talks about with her friends. That basic interest that men usually show in the beginning parts of a relationship. Like you start talking to somebody and they're like, oh, let me tell you about my day, and you want to listen, and you take them out, you wine them, you dine them. That
The
stuff
attention.
that you get in the beginning of a relationship, but that attention wanes from women when you get married. Men don't give that women, like their women, that same attention. Just like women don't physically give that same attention in the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So now they meet some dude, you know, say the woman's, you know, in her 40s, and she meets some 24-year-old guy who listens to her, who cares about her day, who wants to like take her out and show her off. Like, at the end of the day, like there are base needs that a lot of women have in relationships, and those are base needs. Like a companion, to listen to you, to talk to you, to be, like, how many women get mad because their boyfriend doesn't post them in a relationship, or they don't take them out anymore, they don't go out with them, right? Because men are like, I go out to get away from you. So the woman's like, how come you don't show me off to your friends? How come you don't? they get upset about that kind of stuff. So because they're not getting that kind of attention, they don't want to sleep with their boyfriend.
But how about this? How about know the person you're with before any of that?
The problem is it changes.
Yeah, but if you're not the type of person, me, I don't post anything.
Yeah.
If a girl's gonna get mad at me because I'm not posting her, then we better have a sit down.
I don't post shit either. I've dated women who've gotten mad about it to me.
But that's on them.
I agree.
And it goes both ways.
You knew what it was when you signed up.
Correct. If I don't want an outgoing girl that's the life of the party. What's the matter?
I said no more glizzies.
No more glizzy.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
If I don't want a girl that's the life of the party and I go for a girl that's the life of the party, what am I gonna get mad at her?
You know who I use as an example for that? Snooki.
Yeah, right. She is that.
Remember that dude though? They're married still.
Yeah.
But I forget his name, little short dude.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
In the beginning they fought a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, you wife Snooki.
Right.
Like,
what did you think was gonna happen?
Exactly. How can you get mad?
Correct.
That Snooki is partying and drinking all the time.
There you go.
That's Snooki, bro. Like,
And again, sometimes you overlook things in the beginning, but don't be fooled. This is what it is.
That's the problem. People run past red flags.
That's why sometimes I even say when people get, not all the time, but when people get cheated on, you're at fault for not knowing. How do you not know?
That someone's cheating on you?
Yeah.
Bro, women these days are like the feds, bro. They're good. They're good. They got airtight alibis, friends, corroborators.
See, that doesn't play, bro. That's not what it is.
Are you around your wife 24? You're not. You're not
I'm
married.
not married, exactly.
Are you around?
I already know my wife is cheating. I don't have one. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, my wife, bro, cut it out.
Because you know too much.
That's what I'm saying.
You're too smart.
I'll look her in the eye, but you have to. But it comes. I'm not I'm not the whatever. You have to know your significant other enough to know what's going on, especially cheating.
This is going to ruffle feathers, but a lot of men are so naive when it comes to women.
I understand. I get that.
Men always get talked about as the cheaters, the aggressors, and shit like that. Women cheat just as much, if not more.
Correct. Chances are that guy probably doesn't care then, if his wife is cheating on him.
He's naive. You know how many guys I talk to that have this attitude like, yo, not my girl, not my wife, she wouldn't do that. Like, yes, and that, see? Then you get it, because you've seen it.
Probably. Maybe not all, but probably, yeah.
Like,
I know.
No, and look, there's exceptions to every rule.
Correct.
Not every man is a cheater.
Not every woman is a cheater, right.
But the problem is why men get labeled as a cheater is because women tell everybody. Men don't tell nobody. I never met a dude that got cheated on and goes and tells everybody in the world. They don't go tell their friends.
That they got cheated on?
Hell no. If you know you got cheated on as a man, you're not gonna go be able to talk to your women. Are communicators. Like, they talk to each other about that stuff, their feelings and shit. Like, they're going through problems in a relationship. They talk to their friends. What do you think? Blah blah. Like, no dude is like, yo, I think my girl, like, she cheated on me last week, right? No dude's gonna say that. We don't say that because it's embarrassing. Women almost like they want to tell everybody. They're like, guess what he did yesterday? They call everybody. Look, and I say this all men. I would say 90 to 95% of men have been cheated on in relationships. The problem is only half of them know. Like, women cheat, bro. They're bad. They're really bad. The problem is that women are better at cheating than men are. They're like good at it. Men are bad cheaters because men cheat from a passion standpoint. Like, heat of the moment. A lot of times men cheat is like, oh, well, you know, I was out, I met this girl, we hooked up. Boom. Women cheat, it's like a thought out process. They don't just do things in the heat of the moment. Women meet a guy, they talk to the guy for a couple of weeks, he's lined up in the background, they got a boyfriend, right? Boyfriend screws up, now that guy they were talking to, it like escalates. They didn't even sleep together yet. The sleeping together is like the culmination. It takes like a month for women to like find a suitable person.
Because to the guy, he's just waiting for it to happen. It's no hair off his back. Yeah. The guy that's... Yeah. The other guy.
Yeah, the friend zone dude, whatever it is. Yes.
Right.
They're usually lined up. They're waiting. Yeah. Like, women cheat, and it's... look, I would never out people. I have had women in my life, because everybody knows, and like people that watch my channel, and they're like, I wasn't always like a nice guy. Like, I've been the other guy. I've had women in my life that were married, that were with me. I've seen what they do. The problem is mentally it screwed me up. Like, they'll be with their boyfriend or their husband and be like, oh, I told my boyfriend you have to pick me up from my friend's house. Their friend knows. So you go pick them up from their friend's house and their friend is like, oh, hi, how you doing? Have fun. So it's like a drawn out process. And then you gotta drop them off back at like their friend's house. So it looks like they just went over there to play like, you know, fucking Pictionary. So they're gone for like 4 hours.
Great game, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Well, who knows what the husband's doing?
Men cheat stupid though. Men don't do that. A man cheats, he's like, yeah, I'm going out for beer with the guys. Or they just do it.
Yeah, but chances are that's not her first time she's doing it either.
Hell no, never.
Right? So who knows what their relationship is like?
My point is that women are better at cheating than men are. They're better at lying.
Not when it comes to, well, I guess for most guys, I guess.
Again, and I say this, look,
And that's a shame.
the average man, you as in you,
Yes.
you're too nuts to not know.
Yeah, it's happening already.
Because if you're, yes, you
So
start
that's
dating
fine.
somebody and you're like, why are you
doing this?
Yes. Like, you're like, wait, so we're together, so why are you cheating?
Why did you do that? Right, and that's okay. You're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
So, like, take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's...
You're never getting married, are you?
No! How?
I don't know. Some people are okay with like getting cheated on.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, there are some
they
people-
look the other way. Both sides. The woman, looked the other way for the guy because he was the provider, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with it, but that's how it was. Today, the guy looks the other way because she's the provider.
Sometimes.
What's going on?
Sometimes, yeah.
No good.
I feel like these days a lot of men are just like, oh, I'm gonna get some, whatever. They're like,
You're going to get it. Yeah, go ahead. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Go ahead. Tell them.
they're like beta, like.
Yeah. They're taking it.
I was talking about this too. What do you think about this OnlyFans shit?
What do you mean?
Do you realize there's women out there making thousands of dollars by selling their underwear to men?
Eh.
What the fuck? They're selling. Would you ever in your life pay a woman that you don't know?
No.
That's my point.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
how? And I'm not mad at the women because I was like,
All right, so what is it then? So, go ahead, what is it? Why are they doing this? Forget about the woman.
they're down bad.
It's not even the women.
No, they're down. I don't
The
blame
demand
that.
is there.
I don't hate the player, I hate the game. You just said it. The demand is there because if some woman asks me to buy my underwear, I'm selling them.
People are freaks.
Simps. Beta, down bad, simp. I would never that is the equivalent of like if you met a woman or you saw a girl out and like she was close to you.
Time out. You're using TikTok terms with me, and I don't know what this means.
A simp?
It's like a weak guy?
The simp is
Like somebody's in love.
like a dude that will literally. No, I'm gonna get the definition.
Simp.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know you didn't know what a simp is.
I do. Somebody said that the other day.
Because
to me.
simping is real, bro. A simp is a simp. Simp meaning. Okay, here we go.
Symphony?
No, I'm dead ass too. Like this.
Symphony.
All right, I'm going on Urban Dictionary.
Go ahead.
Someone who does way too much for a person that they like.
Okay, so far I've
This is
heard
simp.
3 different definitions. Okay.
Simp is an internet slang term describing someone who performs excessive sympathy and attention toward another person who doesn't even reciprocate their feelings. You get what I'm saying?
So you think
Like-
buying someone's
like,
underwear
you're-
is simpy?
Hell yeah!
Simp.
It is. Simp ain't easy. Like, listen to what I'm saying. A person
It's freakish.
who performs excessive sympathy and attention towards another person who doesn't reciprocate. So in other words, you're like kissing some girl's ass who literally doesn't give you the time of day. That's a simp. Like, if you go on to
No, this is just. I think it's people making creepy, freaky things the
that's
norm.
not. Nah.
Remember that movie with the guy with the cameras?
13 cameras?
Yeah, sick movie. Remember he was providing that.
He's not a simp though.
But why is he not?
Because he's a freak. There's a difference.
No, they're freaks. Forgive me if you've done it. That's not what I, It's terrible.
That dude is just a weirdo.
Well, that's what's happening, and they're normalizing that.
I'll put it this way. A simp would be a person a friend zone guy, right? Mm-hmm. Who literally kisses some girl's ass. Like,
No, I know what that is.
That's a
You asked
simp.
me about OnlyFans people buying underwear.
how can you buy underwear of someone like? I don't think you know how OnlyFans works.
Because it's a fan. They're a fan. That's what it is.
Do you understand how OnlyFans works though?
Yeah, you buy a membership and you watch them do these things.
That's not all though. They talk through messages. Like once you're a subscriber,
Right.
you pay more money to message them. You're
Correct.
paying money for a woman to pretend she likes you. And you're paying for that. So that same woman, because you're so like infatuated with this woman who doesn't care about you, simp.
How about guys that go the same prostitute every week because they think
That's a
they're
transaction.
Same thing.
Not to me.
Aren't they paying for the underwear?
Yes. You might as well pay for like that then.
Correct.
Buy a hooker. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but the hooker's not Gomeziyama, whoever's over there.
Yes. You're simping so hard for a woman that you will literally pay money to subscribe to see her nudes.
Correct.
That's simping. You watch some girl on social media, because that's where most of the women get their. A lot of girls have OnlyFans. Like, I've talked to women in the past that have had OnlyFans, like that have been creators of OnlyFans. They open Tinder and dating apps to pretend to like men, so that they subscribe to their OnlyFans. Like, literally, they match with guys on dating apps. And they talk to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I have an OnlyFans. By the way, it's only $5 a month." And the dude will go buy it. Can you imagine? And this is the equivalent. Imagine this. I'm gonna put this in like real life terms for you. Imagine if you met a girl you were out at a bar, supermarket, whatever, right? And she was talking to you. She was feigning interest, faking like she liked you. And somewhere in the conversation, she's like, "Oh, and by the way, like if you want to hang out, that'll be $5." There's no way you're doing that. You
Absolutely not.
That's my point, because you're not a simp.
But it's a totally different world.
Don't care.
No, but it's a totally different world.
I'm not a simp. I never.
Real life and this is totally different.
You're paying somebody for their underwear.
Correct. Yep. Exactly.
No way.
Chip, this isn't funny. It's not a new thing.
No.
The only thing is you're making it real because you could purchase the underwear of the person that you're connecting
Talking
with
to.
now.
Yes.
Right. So?
It's the equivalent of falling in love with a stripper at a strip club.
Right. You think she likes you, but she doesn't.
You're an idiot. You're a simp.
But at the end of the day, this guy can still sniff whoever's underwear it is. You understand?
How can you be turned on by someone who doesn't?
Well, that's another... Freaks!
You're a simp.
That's beyond simp.
Could you date?
It's sympathy.
Could you date or have a physical relationship with someone you knew didn't like you? You.
No!
That's my point. Because you're not a simp.
But you think these people go into it thinking that this person likes them?
Yes.
No,
Yes,
that's the disconnect.
Yes, you do.
There's
Yes, you
no
do.
way that
You gotta be that down bad.
No, there's no.
You actually believe that they're interested in you.
It's actually impossible.
They do.
No, then there's
They
a problem.
do.
There's a problem with the world.
I'm telling you they do.
Nah, it's impossible.
All right.
Get somebody on here. Can you do that? No,
I wish. I don't know, because
This would be a good time to be alive.
we're both the kind of people that don't believe in that kind of shit.
I don't believe anybody. Nobody likes anybody. You're gonna tell me
You
that.
don't believe somebody who actually likes you.
Correct, because they don't.
I've witnessed people like
No,
you.
you didn't witness. This is not what it is.
I've watched you date several people in my life who you didn't actually believe liked you when they did.
No, I didn't like.
You're screwed up in that.
Because I know what it is. I know the body.
You're smart. No, I think you're
Smart. It's
You're
just,
ahead of your time.
Just look. See what it is.
Most people, but they don't want to. Right? What was that song? The I don't want to know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They don't want to know.
Linens. Yeah.
How many women know their husband is out there screwing around with them and they just pretend like they don't
the
know?
other way.
Yeah. When men do it too now. Men buy underwear. That's why women are not simps. They can't be.
No, that's not true.
When have you seen a woman do some shit like that?
There's a lot of women that are beat.
Down bad?
Yeah.
How?
Absolutely.
When have you seen a woman, do some down bad stuff like purchase? There's not a woman watching this that would buy my underwear.
You don't know that. Prove me wrong.
I sincerely mean this.
Prove me wrong. He
If any-
sincerely means.
I'm dead ass. If any of you want to buy my underwear, like message me on Instagram. I'll sell them to you. I don't give a shit. I'm so serious too. Buy them. I'll sell them to you. I don't think they're like, women don't look at it the same way because they don't have to. They don't have to look at it that way. If a woman wants to go find attention, they could find it in 5 minutes. It's not like
when
that.
a woman wants something, and she can't have it. You know how that goes.
There's not many things that they can have. That's the problem. Women don't have to work for it. That's the same reason why a man who's promiscuous gets looked at by his peers like he's doing something special. Because not many men can be promiscuous. I don't care what anybody says. It's less than probably 5 to 10% of men can actually, if they wanted to, find a woman to sleep with in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, a day. I mean a random woman, not your ex. Somebody. Not many men have that ability. Most women have that ability. I don't care what you look like. If you are a woman and you walk outside and you ask the dude serious, hey, I'm serious, I want to have sex with you. They're gonna find it within an hour, tops. Am I wrong? That's why women look at other women who do that like, oh, she's disgusting. She's, they use the little.
I don't know. I think the number is higher than you think. Women definitely have it easier.
Way easier. Not even close.
But today,
not even close.
Everybody's a savage today.
That's not a point, though.
People do. Well, that's why it's easier for men today.
Easier?
You don't have to be good looking. You don't have to do anything today.
No, because it's easier to find women to talk to.
Correct.
My point is the percentages are way higher for women.
To do what?
Anything. You want attention? You want sex? What do you want? You can get it within an hour. An hour!
Yeah, but nobody has any standards today, so...
Not a point.
That's the whole point.
You can take, on a scale of 1 to 10, societally, not my opinion, a woman who's a 5. Put her in a bar and tell her to ask 20 people, would you like to go home with me? 17 of those men will say yes. Average. I'm not even talking about like cream of the crop. Conversely, you can take a man who's an 8.
Single men?
Doesn't matter. Single or not single.
No, I think not single.
Doesn't matter. The whole point is more men will say yes than women. You can take a man who's actually considered very good looking by women's standards, an 8 or a 9, put him in the same bar, have him talk to 20 women and say, hey, do you want to go home with me tonight? He'll be lucky if 5 say yes. Lucky! It's not the same. That's why women open up dating apps and they swipe left 48 fucking times and all those guys are trying to talk to them. And this is actual truth. And this is on like statistics. Women,
if those men are good looking, they're gonna...
Doesn't matter.
That does matter, 100%.
It's not about being good looking. It's the point that women have way more options than men when it comes to this kind of... There's not that many men out there with options. Options. Like, I got girls. You might have 1 girl, 2 girls, but you ain't got girls like women do. You ask any woman in the world if they had a Tinder or a Hinge or all that other bullshit. Ask them how many likes they got within a day. Yo, there's women out there with 1,000 likes in a day. 2,000 likes in a day. A day! You know how many men... You know how many men I know who have had Tinder that they've had it for months and they've got like 5 likes? Not matches, likes. Likes! 5 people found you attractive. Bro! I swear to you. That's not even an exaggeration. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it's Tinder. Is that a good scale?
Yes, because that's the same thing as being at a bar. Men will go on Tinder.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Men will go on Tinder and swipe right for everybody. You know, how many women do you know that will have will hook up with just anybody? And I mean anybody. It's not that many. Anybody. How many men do you know are like, oh...
Yeah, but women are smart about it, like you said, so you're not...
They have more options, though. That's the difference. Women have more options than men. True story, again. I guess I'll call her a friend. Work stuff. She has a dating app. She's like, oh, this app is so terrible. No one likes me. I said, really? Nobody finds you attractive? She's like, no. She opened up the app. She had 300 likes. She had it for 2 hours. To her, that meant no one. Because women are more of the filter. Women bring the attention and then seek out a certain person that they like. Whereas men are the proactive people who go out and ask for attention. They want the attention and they're hoping that you give it to them. But women will open up a dating app and they won't even go to the part where you can swipe left or right. They just go to the people that like them. It's that easy. It's easier. If you take a woman who's an 8 out of 10 and you put her in a bar and you tell her to ask 20 guys if she'll sleep with them, 19 will say yeah. And the one who didn't is probably married. That's a fact, bro. That's real shit. You can take you or me, who we're probably not ugly. Put us in a bar, ask 20 girls. How many are gonna say yeah? 1, 2? Maybe, if we're lucky, on a good day. That's the difference, and that's why when you call a girl,
I forgot what the point was here. What was the point?
Don't matter. We're going.
No, but there was something that we got. You're gonna say that's why what you were saying?
Vince Morton here. It's not a point. I don't know where the fuck we're going.
But no, there was a good point to this.
Will Smith.
Schmidt Morton.
Yeah, that's all. My point is, I don't know my point. The point is, women can have sex with anybody, bro. You can't. That's the point. That's the point.
I disagree.
There's 40 guys looking at one girl, and there's one girl looking at, like, no, it doesn't work that way. I don't even know what that means, but that's what it is. There's one girl in a white t-shirt. Everybody's looking at the one girl in a white t-shirt.
Okay, what are you, Rihanna?
This is what it is, bro.
And she's looking at you.
Bro, you gotta be like Drake to have mad girls.
That's not true.
Yes, you do!
There's like 3 guys from Lodi that have more girls than Drake that I know.
How many girls they talking to?
12?
How many girls they trying to talk to?
I don't know.
100? If I tried to talk to 100 girls, 10 would say yeah. That's a 1%. That's 10%. Yeah, probably. If I went out and talked to 20 girls and said, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to know me? Yeah, 10 might say yeah. But you got 10 girls, right? That's how you look at it. But you asked 100. For a woman to get that 10, she might have to ask 20. Maybe. That's if she's average. That's my point. That's a fact, bro.
Okay, so you're not talking about quality. You're just talking about numbers. Correct?
Women will go for quality more than men. Men go for quantity. Average men, not every man. Average.
Right. Okay, I agree with you there.
Men, like, that's why they talk about dudes and like, oh, he'll hook up with anybody. I don't care.
That's why numbers really don't. Numbers do lie.
Depends on what you're looking for. Either number is a number. If you're looking for quality, quality is quality. Some women are looking for Mr. Right now. But then I'm telling you this, like, I know plenty of women who have opened up like dating apps or whatever. Bro, how do you get 2,000 likes in a day, bro? In an hour? Like, what? I don't think 2,000 women have liked me in my life. Like, let alone an hour, bro. Like, what? No man gets, that's why women don't buy OnlyFans, bro. That's why we don't have to.
Oh, that was the point. Okay.
Yes, that's the point. Women don't buy OnlyFans because they don't have to. You know how many men out there that haven't seen a butt cheek in real life? Like, period. Like, that's facts, bro. Like, period. If you really wanted to, you as a person, like, you could date somebody if you wanted to. Like, if you really were like, listen, I want to find a girlfriend, like, you would have a girlfriend, right? There's a lot of guys that can't do that. Like, they can't do that.
So you don't think there's somebody for everybody?
Yes, but there's a lot less somebodies for than, like, you get it, bro. Come on, man. That's why you get guys that, like, we've had dudes that have literally tried to get at girls that we've gotten at for that reason, because they can't do it and they want to. So they go from your pool. They don't even go for the pool of people. They go from, like, if I hooked up with 10 girls, like, and they like, shit, I got one of them, I'm the man now. And you know that's real, bro. Like, that's what it is. And I'm not saying that because I'm like God's gift, but that's like really the facts, bro. Like, that's really how it goes. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these trenches. And I just know from like the past few years of just like talking to people, and it's like women have it a lot easier if they actually want to find something. Companionship, friendship, physical, it doesn't matter. There's dudes out there who literally can't. I've never been a woman who can't. They say they can't because they don't like what's available. Whereas men don't even have anything available. You get what I'm saying now? They're like, oh, well, I can't find a good guy. Like, there's like 2,000 guys trying to talk to them and they don't like any of them. Whereas a man is like, I can't find a good girl, or I can't even find a girl because no one is trying to talk to them. That's the difference. And that's what I meant. So you don't really, even dudes who work in that industry and do OnlyFans, like the most of the people that they're doing their services for, unless you're like, you know, Tyga or like somebody like that, you're a celebrity. But if you're like the average Joe, they're not women buying your content. They don't give a fuck. That's men buying your shit.
But don't you think women are outsmarting themselves?
Why?
Because if a woman becomes too good at being a woman and being independent, then what guy is going to want that?
You know, I'm all for like empowerment and all that stuff, but there's a reason why, and women get upset about this because a man will be like, I don't want to talk to a girl who's like had, you know, 1,000 hookups and stuff like that. Because we look at it and we're like, ugh. And they're like, well, what if you do it? But there's not that many men that have. it's a difference. Like, it's the same thing as that whole lock and key thing. You know, they talk about like a lock that can open, a key that can open many locks, you know, and versus a lock that can only be opened by one key. Like, the reason that women are looked down or like a man won't want to talk to that person is because it's not that hard for you. Like, I see these things on TikTok where women are bragging because they're like, when you hooked up with all the men in one friend group. Like, oh, how are you bragging about that? Don't you realize that you just got ran through? Like, they're not mad. You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they brag about it now. That's the difference. And that's like, I don't care if that's what you want to do. Like, I'm not mad at you for that. But at the same time, like, I'm not finna marry you. That was the table. You get what I'm saying, though?
Yes.
I see that kind of stuff all the time. Like, they're like, when you pull the whole squad, like, that's not a thing to brag about. Do you understand that the first dude that you hooked up with was like, yo, I hooked up with this girl, and the other three, and they're like, yo, she's trying to talk to me too. He's like, yo, go ahead. That's not anything to brag about.
How is that a brag?
But they do brag about it.
There used to be a time when if you got a girl, you could brag about it. Like, yo, I got so-and-so.
Men is different though, man. It's different. Like, as a man, like how many men can actually like hook up with like, the same friend group of women? Come on. That's the double standard. They don't understand why. It just they won't.
I don't know. I think it happens more than you think.
It does happen, but it's there's less of them.
See, I just see 2021 and I think like everything is shot.
Yes.
It's happening all over. Everything is happening everywhere.
You said it before. The gender roles, because they're so blurred now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you got women bragging about, like, being like, oh, well, I hooked up with 5 guys last week. Like, that's not that hard for a woman. That's my point. Like, you did not accomplish anything. So for a woman to be like, you know, I hooked up with 5 guys last week, you know, or they're like, oh, I hooked up with a dude and he bought me this and that. Like, that's a cash transaction. You didn't do anything special. If you want to tell me you did something special, then tell me you hooked up with a guy, like you didn't hook up with him and you got something out of him. That's special. When you got a guy that's willing to buy you expensive stuff and you didn't give him anything, that takes skill. There's not many women that can do that because now you're really doing something. That's my point. Am I wrong?
No, it makes sense.
If you're a woman and you're like, oh, I gotta do, like, put it this way. I hear this stuff, there's this dude out there, because you know how these pick-me guys exist now? Like, you know what I'm talking when I say pick-me?
No.
They pander.
Weren't the pygmies down in...
I'm not talking about pygmies like, hello, mate.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about a pick-me, like a dude who panders to women. Like, they say things, like, to get women's adulation. Like, they'll be like, oh, well, if you want a woman, then, like, you know, fly her, you know, take her on a vacation, buy her this, buy her that.
Yeah.
Like, those dudes, when they say that kind of stuff, and the women are all in the comments like, that's the real man right there. Like, I never met a man alive who would fly a woman to an exotic location if they don't think they're going to sleep with him. Am I wrong? So if I fly you out to Hawaii or Turks and Caicos or all that other, and I don't get any, like, I'll never do it again. Right? Like, Future actually got caught because he texted a girl. He told her to put up in a hotel, and she was like, oh, well, I just don't want you to think, because he told her to, like, put on something, you know, racy. And she was like, no. And he was like, oh, all right, well, forget it then. And she got mad. Because you know what time it is if somebody flies you out. Would you ever fly?
Right, so, well, there's a lot wrong with that, though. How? The whole scenario.
How? No man is going to take a woman on vacation unless he knows he's going to get some. Ain't no man doing that. Not one. Not one. Zero.
Okay, so let's talk from the woman's perspective. What does she think it is?
She's just trying to go on a trip. But
so why would she get mad when he says no then?
Because they think they can do that. That's you're saying it from a logical standpoint.
Right, but that's what I mean.
That's what they believe, though. They really believe this shit. You just said it.
Why would she believe that? He must have alluded to something.
Even if you believe that, like, you're an idiot. Just like if a woman says, oh, well, you know, you don't have to take me on this trip. Like, yes, you do. Like, you buy in at that point. If I buy you a Birkin bag, we probably have hooked up or we're going to hook up. I don't care how rich I am, right or wrong. But there's women out there like, oh, I got a Birkin and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you didn't get a Birkin. Like, you gave up what he was trying to get. That's why you got it. That's my point. Like, if I bought you something and you slept with me, that's a cash transaction. That guy is not in any way, shape, or form regretful if he got what he wanted.
What is he flying around anyway? Either
to
way?
get some booty.
Well, that's stupid to begin with.
I agree with you. I would never do
So
shit
then
like
he's
that.
the one that's stupid.
Not to him, because that's what he does. Some people use what they gotta use to get what they want, and some guys, it's money. Money is the great equalizer. You can be, that's why there's fat, ugly old men out there with women with, you know, that look like whatever they look like, because they're sugar daddies. But they still get them, right? Because that's what it is. It's a cash transaction. Some women, money is enough. They don't care. I hear women all the time. Oh,
So you can't lie. So you can't rationalize an irrational scenario. Is what I'm saying.
I am rational.
To me, that's not rational.
It's a cash transaction.
Yeah, but that's
It's no different than buying a hooker.
No, when you put cash in front of it, now there's another.
No
Now
man
it's
is
just
buying
a
a gift for a woman
transaction.
he's not sleeping with. I've never seen it.
What if there's a woman he wants to pursue legitimately?
Would he continue to pursue her if he didn't get any?
I don't know.
Nope.
Depends.
No. These women out here thinking that sugar daddies are a real thing. Like, if you have a sugar daddy, you're doing stuff with him. Or that money's not coming in. Period. You're going to do stuff with that man. These women really think these dudes are going to take him out to dinner and give him money just for companionship. No man is doing that shit, bro.
Some do that.
No, you don't. That's a lie. No, you don't. That's what you think. No, you don't. That's what women will tell you. No, you don't. Hell no. Not a chance. That's cap.
I don't know. Some people pay to cuddle.
Still a transaction.
Yeah,
Women pay for cuddling.
that's what I'm saying. So I think there are men that just pay for companionship.
No. Not to that level. Professional cuddlers don't make fucking $200 an hour like a hooker does. $1,000 an hour like a hooker does. There's no more expensive currency than...
Some guys just like to have a woman to be seen with because they think they're the man to everybody.
They still want to hit.
Well, if they want to, it doesn't mean they are.
They're gonna. And if they don't, they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop. They're gonna stop. A dude might... Hell, I have bought women dinner that I didn't hook up with, but I'd never call them again.
That's you.
That's men.
No, I think
Ain't no
there's men
dude
that
gonna
do that.
continue to do that shit, bro. No dude doing that. Ask most women who do that stuff. They're like, listen, these
Well,
girls
old
are...
lonely men out there, bro.
And they're paying for something.
Companionship.
Yeah, more than that. Companion butt shit.
That too.
This isn't with ass. I know you're
You
not
got
sure.
you actually got a skirt. That's
Yeah,
good.
no.
It's fabric.
Nah, bro. That's what they lead you to believe, bro. There's no way.
Statistically, it has to happen.
Rare. There's I don't
know. I don't mess
There's
with
an
that.
exception to every rule. Like, nothing is 100%. Like, it doesn't work that way.
You can go on sites and see it. What these people ask for.
What do you mean go on sites and see it?
They say looking for a companion this much an hour.
That's what they telling you until
Correct.
they start inappropriately touching you at the dinner table.
Right, and then she either smacks them.
Because that's what it is.
They're gonna take a shot.
It might
sometimes.
not. 100%, bro. You're not just gonna sit there and eat dinner. They're gonna touch you at the very least, bro. No way. Even if you're an old man whose equipment doesn't work like it used to, you're still gonna try to like grab stuff. There's no way. None. Are there professional cuddlers out there? Yes. How many professional cuddlers?
That leads you to believe that anything is possible.
There's always exceptions, of course, but
There's markets for everything.
of course, but there's always exceptions to every rule. But the mean, meaning the average, what you see, the mode is really what it is. When you see something over and over again, like, that's what it really is. Is it? You know I'm right, bro. Like, yes, there's always exceptions to every rule. Are there men out there who can do stuff that most men can't, or vice versa? Are there women out there who don't care about big weddings? Hell yeah. Are there women out there who don't care about wedding rings? Hell yeah. Of course they exist. Does every woman cheat? No! Like, there's always exceptions. Do most women cheat? Yes. Yes. At the very least, even if it's not physical, most women have a friend zone dude sitting in their messages that they talk to on a day-to-day basis, or they vent to when their boyfriend screws up. Most of them do. At the least, they got 2 or 3 guys on the side that they're talking to, so when you screw up, that dude is there to keep them company. That's a fact, bro. They don't want to admit that shit, but that's real. Very rarely do you find a woman who is just with one guy and they don't talk to anybody else. But they don't look at it that way because women have impossible double standards where they're like, oh, it's not a big deal, he's just my friend. Okay, but if I have a friend that I do that shit with, you'd punch me in the face. That's a fact, bro. Most women have 2, 3 guys they're talking to on the side. They're just friends. When you start arguing, that's who they talk to. Or sometimes sleep with. That's real.
Yeah, it's real.
See? Even you know, bro.
Of course that's real.
Because that's the real. Real.
Of course. 100%. I mean, to say 60% of women are doing that I don't know.
60? I said 90.
You said more than half. And I gave you 60.
No, I'm giving you 90.
You're doing 90. You think 90% of women?
Yeah, I do.
See, you're talking in the world.
Yes.
Like, think of some of
That's
these Muslim countries, bro.
Women.
These Muslim women ain't doing that.
Okay, now you're okay.
Well, I'm just calling it for what it is. If you're talking in America, maybe different story.
Then they're part
or
of
this area, definitely.
Then they're part of the 10%.
They make up 90% of the population these days. The Muslims again and then. Come on, between India and...
No, that's first of all, Indian aren't Muslim.
No, I'm saying between India and...
You should have went to China.
Right.
Go ahead.
China.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's not even then.
Even then. Listen.
Even then you're talking about 3.5 billion
I think
women.
New Jersey.
Well, then the number's probably 97% in New Jersey. In the world, like you're talking about 3.5 billion women. Right. Yeah, maybe 0.5 billion aren't doing it. Still. Even in those countries, bro. Like, even in the 60s, women were sleeping with the mailman. Like, yeah, I believe that shit. I do. Like, women are just as bad as men, if not worse. They're just better at it. I believe that. Because women don't cheat the same way. It's not physical, so they'll talk to this friend zone dude. They're just friends. It's not a big deal. But they know the dude likes them, and they just keep him around. Because he's a break-in case of emergency, I need attention glass. That's what they do. They all have them, bro. All of them, bro. I'm telling you. And it's crazy because they won't admit this shit, but most of them have 2 or 3 dudes, and when you screw up, that's who they're going to talk to. I'm telling you. That's the way it goes. They'll keep you just, like, right there, like, just enough. Women are, like, they're experts at this shit, bro. You have to witness it. I've seen too much. It's different. So, yeah, they do. 90%. I said what I said. And there's going to be a lot of people in the comments in this video saying, not me. You two, shut up. Like, yes. Only guilty people are offended, bro. Like, that's a fact, my guy. Like, these days, women, different breed, bro. Different breed. What about men? Yeah, we've always been a different breed. Y'all were supposed to be better than us. Now we all suck. We're screwed. So, it is what it is. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that, because now it's turning into a Craig David song. Anyway.
Sing one out.
Yes. Nah, that's the next time.
I
hope you guys enjoyed this, because this is at least like 3 hours of footage at this point. So, I don't know. You got anything?
Man, I think we
had
a good comeback.
Yeah, no, that was delicious.
Look at us.
Worst steak sandwich I've ever
Look
had.
at us.
Ever. My Will Smith. Ever. That's Jay Farrell, by the way, who does an amazing Will Smith.
Amazing Will Smith.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
There's a good Eddie Murphy, too.
But, well, yeah, and Jay-Z and about 40 other people. Denzel, of course. Yeah, no, that's going to be in the video. If you want to see more, you want to see all this stuff, like, comment, subscribe. If you got this far, you a real one. But I'm probably going to pass out in the next, hour or so. I love y'all. Y'all know the vibe. The hand science made it to YouTube.